It worked. Oh my gosh. No announcement from some robot telling us recording has started. It worked, right? No, I see thumbs up. Yes, we're recording. Fabulous. All right. First, the little things. I love it. All right, let's do some practice. It's so quiet now. I don't have that echoing voice in my head anymore. This is I'm realizing this is recording and I'm talking about echoing voices in my head. That's fun. Okay, let's do our breath practice. You can have a strap as well today if you don't have it already, in addition to the blocks or whatever you use for height adjustments. Taking a moment to just sit comfortably, settle into your body. Pull in a couple deep breaths through the nose. Use the deep breaths to turn your attention to being in your body. We are dropping out of our thoughts into the sensation. Let your forehead grow a little heavy. The back of the neck gets long. Keep breathing. Good. Take your left wrist over to the right knee. Just feel that gentle twist as you keep breathing. Head is heavy still. Let's go the other direction. Good. Come back to center. You can put your hands on your knees, gently pull your ribs a little forward. Lift the throat slightly. Let's breathe here. Slight sensations in the movement, just to hold your attention as you start to pay attention to where the breath lands in the body. Let's sink our ribs back a little bit. Let the head drop. Hands can hold on to the knees, a little bit of support. Good. Let's shift this now onto our backs. So we're going to find that strap. You can put a little prop or a pillow under your head, just a low one, not too high. Find that strap. Let's start by reaching the strap over your head with your arms. So each hand is holding the strap about shoulders distance apart, and just kind of squeeze the strap and start to pull on the strap. As you start to pull on the strap, gently bring the shoulders away from your ears, making sure the shoulders are on the floor if in fact your head is using a pillow. Either way, the shoulders should be on the floor. Start to take the arms further overhead without moving the shoulders. Go ahead, rest that strap on your belly and pull your left knee into your body. You can just use the hand for a moment. Try to make sure that the low back, mid back is resting on the earth when you do this. Now let's change the legs. practice lengthening the exhale. So bring in the first leg again and really become cognizant that the exhale fully empties. And there's a pause at the end of that exhale. Try to see if you can be conscious of that end of the exhale. Just once. And then try the other side, same thing. Become cognizant of the end of the exhale. Good. Find that strap again. You're going to bring up your left foot. You're going to hook the strap on the foot and extend it out, not overhead just yet. Extend it out so the knees are kind of lined up, barely feeling a stretch, and just maybe not feeling a stretch in the leg at all. You kind of just hold on to the strap with either end of your hands. Just let that leg bone kind of sink into the hip joint. And again, try to drop into the end of your exhale. There's a moment there. There's a very quiet moment, very calm moment. So you can be present for it. We talk a lot about the in-breath, and if we talk about the out-breath, it's usually in relation to the in-breath. Okay, let's just focus on the end of the exhale. When you're ready, just start to pull that leg up any amount. Keep the knee straight. You can walk your hands up the strap or just bend and just see where the edge of the post is for you. Once you find that, a little bit of stretch there, you're going to take the leg across the body. And then take the leg open. Don't overstretch yet, still fresh, still starting our practice. Come back up to center. Now bend that knee and pull the knee down towards the outer shoulder, left shoulder area. Unhook your strap and go ahead and release your leg a moment. Just rest. And again, start to concentrate on the end of the exhale. Examining what a complete breath is, complete exhale. Not rushing to the inhale. Almost just waiting for the inhale, waiting for the inhale to find you. You bring up the second side, your right leg, you pull it in for a moment, and then hook the strap on the foot again. Start very small, start very modest. Don't even go for a stretch yet. Just extend that leg and hold on with the strap, the hands. The leg kind of sinks into the hip joint. And just stay there and appreciate the bottom of the exhale. Now, if you'd like to pull on the strap, bringing the leg a little more up, not too much. Little goes a long way with this kind of stretch. And pull the leg across the body a little bit. Still taking a conscious moment to feel the bottom of the exhale in every single pose today. Keep you grounded, keep you calm. Let's go wide with the leg. And then come back to center. You're going to pull down the strap while bending the knee, drawing that knee towards the outer shoulder a little bit. Let that hip open up. Bottom of the exhale. That's your moment. That's your recognition moment, your awareness moment. Let's go ahead and remove the strap and release the leg. You'll place the feet together and let the knees drop open for a moment. You can take the arms out like a field goal post that fell over, or you can even lift them, slide them up a little bit, interlocking the hands even behind the head if you wish. Any of that will do, as long as it feels good on your shoulder. Try to keep the elbows, shoulders, and knuckles down on the ground. And then, of course, find the bottom of your exhale. Keeping the arms steady, keeping the shoulders steady. Lift up your left knee and start to take the left knee all the way to the right as far as it'll go without lifting the left shoulder or left arm. And just breathe. Gentle supine twist. Let's reopen that left leg and bring up the right. Same idea on the second side. Don't over twist. Keep grounded in your shoulders. And find the bottom of the exhale. It's a great way to keep a calm pace, allowing the body to open without overextending, overworking. Good. Bring both legs back up. Pull in the left leg and then step it into the sky like you're pedaling a bike. Upside down. Let's do that with the opposite leg. Right leg in, pedal the bike, change legs. Just 2 more times on each side. Pulling the knee in and then sort of stepping into the air. Pulling the knee in, stepping into the air. Good. Go ahead, stretch the legs out one final time. Keep your elbows bent and just drop your knuckles to the floor. Now let's slide the knuckles overhead, away from your feet, keeping the hands down, and maybe your arms will grow straight, maybe not, maybe they'll have to stay bent. Keep the hands on the floor as you stretch the arms, growing the body, growing the hands away from the feet. Good, let's bend our arms. And go ahead and roll to your side. Good little calming warm up, grounding warm up. Let's come up to tabletop pose on our mats. Start by swaying the ribs side to side a little bit. And as you sway a rib to one side, shrug that shoulder. Sway and shrug. Sway and shrug. Let's get a little more movement in. Good. From here, come down onto your forearms. And place your hands together. You're gonna push down with your forearms and then press down with your nose and chest. Really drawing the shoulder blades off of the ribs. You can feel the arm bones rooting back into the shoulders. Good, now do the opposite. Push down with your knees and forearms, lifting your ribs up as high as they'll go. Breathe here and remember the bottom of your exhale. Let's reverse it again, hang the ribs. So it's like a hammock, and the top of the arm bones reach up, opening the back of the shoulder blade. And then reverse it again, pushing down so the ribs can lift up high like a dome. Good, go on to lie on your belly. As you lie on your belly, you're gonna pull your left knee up, GI Joe pose, so the knee's up sideways. And you're gonna stretch your left arm forward as far as it'll go and turn your head and look out to the right. Let's just pause here as we lay. Slowly start to stretch your left fingertips and your right toes away from each other. And then start to stretch your right fingertips and your left knee away from each other. So you're making sort of a crisscross shape with your body, drawing long lines of energy out from the center. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring back the left knee and take up and out to the side the right knee. As the right knee comes up and out to the side, send the right hand straight out in front and turn your head to the left, resting on the left temple. As you rest on the left temple, stretch back through the, I guess you're resting on your right temple because you turn your gaze to the left, sorry. Stretch back through the left toes. Now reach out. Right fingers, left toes in opposite. Left fingers and right knee in opposition. Breathe here. Try to drop into the bottom of the exhale. It's a very quiet moment, very quiet place there. In these slower postures, you can really sink deep into the stretch. If we enter through the bottom of the exhale. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Back to center. You're going to lift up your left leg. You're going to pull it up and back behind you. You can rest your right ear on your right arm. As you keep sending that left leg further back behind you off the side of your mat, opening the front of the hip. Breathe here. Drop into the bottom of the exhale. Gotta go right into the deep inner hip flexor. Staying present there, not overstretching, just being sensitive. Good, let's roll ourselves back to center. You're gonna lift up your right knee, rest your head on your left arm, and draw back the right leg. You've stacked your hips. And then in the bottom of the exhale, feel deeply, notice deeply. Good, rolling back to center. Nice job opening up the hips. Let's start to tone the shoulder blades. So place your hands under your shoulders and then just take them a little bit wider. So maybe a couple of the fingers are off the side of the mat. Try to let your head be heavy still and pull your shoulders up off of the rib cage. It's almost like you're shrugging the shoulders towards each other in the back, not towards the ears, but up. So you're making a shelf of toned muscle in between your shoulder blades. Now use that to lift up, keeping space in the back of your neck. Keeping space in the back of your neck. Use the back of the shoulder blades to lift up higher and breathe. Let the chin be slightly tucked or the forehead feel heavy either way. And rest back down, relax your shoulders. Try that action again of toning the shoulders. Take the hands slightly wider than the shoulders, palms down. Like you're gonna do a cobra, but then lift the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, creating a toned sense of musculature between the shoulder blades and length in the back of your neck. And then start to use that shelf of attention, of muscular awareness to lift up. Good. Push the left hand down and in and bring your shoulders and body a little bit to the left. And then do the opposite. Push the right hand down and in to bring the body over to it. Almost like you were a snake kind of slithering. Do it again one more time. Left hand pushes down and in. Pull the body over to that side. One more time. Right hand pushes down and in. Pull the body over to that side. And then relax down. Good job. If you have your strap nearby, go ahead and grab it. It's not necessary if you have to reach for it. You're gonna hold it about shoulders distance apart and stretch it out in front like you're a superhero. Grab it, pull on it, and try to lengthen your hands away from your feet. Good. One more round of that cobra. Placing the hands under the shoulders and then walking them wider, slightly off the mat. Lift up your shoulders, creating a shelf of muscle in between them so the back of the neck is long. Then use that musculature of your back to lift up. Breathe here, find stability. Go ahead and push your right hand down and try to squeeze it in so it pulls your body over towards it, keeping your neck long. Left hand, push it down and in, pull the body over towards it. Keep the neck long on that side. One more time to the first side. You're moving in the air like a cobra snake. Other side. Back to center. Very good. Push down with your hands. Inhale, come up and push back to a kneeling posture, tabletop shape. Sit back a little bit. Inhale, open your throat. Go ahead, walk your hands over to the right a little bit and step your left foot out to the left some. Sink your weight over into that hip and thigh. And then sit back a little bit, stretching the hamstring. That's the under thigh. Push again back into the left side, push into that, bending that left knee over the heel. And then sink away, just getting a little more hip action again. One more time, bend into that kind of tilted lunge. Let's switch sides, come back to tabletop. Walk the hands over to your left, put your right foot out, and we just bend into the leg, and then sink away from it, sort of starting to straighten that front leg, back and forth a couple times, rocking in, rocking out, just finding stability as you open the hip. Staying mellow by connecting to the bottom of your exhale. Not forgetting about it. It's easy to forget about it. Just breathe. Or even forget your breath entirely. Let's come back to our tabletop. Push your hands down. Really push down with the heel of the hand and melt your rib cage down into the earth. As you melt your rib cage down into the earth, open the throat. Trying to look up with your gaze into the ceiling. As you try to look up into the ceiling, keep pressing down with the heel of the hand. Keep pressing down with your rib cage. Breathe here. Keep that arch, keep that opening feeling. Tuck your toes, and then slide the hips back and up. Downward facing dog posture. Breathe and appreciate the bottom of your exhale. As you do this, sink the arm bones into the back of the shoulder blades, feeling the shoulder blades lift off of the rib cage again. Good, coming back down to tabletop, just practicing this exercise one more time. Because we're gonna start to take this off of the mat, it's a little more challenging. So as you push down with your hands, melt your nose and your ribs. So the arm bones, the top of the arm bone goes up towards the ceiling. It's almost like it pulls the shoulder blades off of your ribs. It kind of draws the shoulder blades together. Feel that action in your body. Counter it by pushing down again with your hands and knees, and then lifting your rib cage up. And you can see how the arm bones move forward. They move forward to the front plane of your body. They get a little broader, and the shoulder blades kind of wrap around the side of the rib cage. Let's go back first. Expression again, drawing the heads of the arm bones back and up into the ceiling as the rib cage hangs. We're going to see if we can apply this to standing without using the hand floor for support. You're going to push back, coming up into a squat pose, and then push down and stand. Good. So just inhale, stretch up high to the sky with your arms. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring the arms down by their side. Let's just do that a couple times. Get the rhythm of the breath flowing. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale down. Last round. Good. If you have a wall, go ahead and go over and find that wall. You're going to put your left hand on that wall, about shoulders height, maybe a little lower. And just push on that wall, and now turn your left chest, almost like you're sticking your left chest out a little bit. So it opens across the chest there, it pulls that shoulder blade onto the back, and maybe look towards the center of your room or look away from that wall. Now with your hand on that wall, push on that wall and try to drag down. Try to drag your hand down without moving it. This creates a nice tone in the muscles of the arm. Dragging the arm down, really opening the stretch. Good, let's switch sides. So you're gonna put the other hand on the wall. Again, shoulder height or a little higher. Push on the wall as you press your chest forward and turn away from the wall, especially with your gaze. And you can push on the wall even deeper, try to drag the hand, don't move it, just think about moving it, until it creates tone in the muscle to stretch. Good. Now you'll face the wall with both hands, with your fingertips on the wall only. Again, shoulders height or a little higher. You'll back your feet up just a little bit so you're leaning just slightly on the wall. And you'll practice this action like we did on the floor, where you melt your rib cage toward the wall so the arm bone moves into the shoulder blade and onto your back more. Almost like you're drawing them together on your back. And the opposite action, if you push on the wall and push your rib cage and chest away from the wall, you'll feel the shoulders get broad and wider apart. And just go back and forth 2 more times. Try to create some mobility in that movement. Maybe noticing which arm bone has a little more mobility than the other. Good. Facing the front again. You're gonna reach your hands out. You're gonna say stop with both hands. Stop with both hands. And you're gonna imagine that you can even use the wall again if you wanted to, but now it might be nice to not. Feel that there's a wall pushing on your hand, so it does the action for you now. Now, you don't have a wall to support. You actually feel those shoulder blades get drawn onto your back on your own. Now, Kathy, notice how your hips have swung forward. Try to undo that. Yes, good. And now as you keep that tone, imagine that you're sliding your hands up that wall, and eventually that wall will turn to an archway. But you're still keeping those shoulders on your back, but don't let the hips go forward. Excellent. Let's bring it back down. Release it. You'll do the same thing. You'll go ahead and find yourself a strap. You're going to pull that strap in half just so it's a little easier to manage. Knuckles point out, fingernails point down. You're going to pull on that strap, and you're going to try that action again, pulling the strap apart. You're going to try to pull the arm bones back into the shoulders without letting the hips pop forward. Good. Now, as you can do that, you're going to try to lift up as high as you can lift without letting the ribs or hips pop forward. Keeping those shoulders moving back on the back. As you go higher, they will try to pop forward. Good. Relax it back down. Go ahead, step your right foot back into a warrior one stance. And bend the front knee over the heel. And we'll do the same action again. Lifting up the arms, drawing them onto the shoulder. Maybe go a little wider with the strap, but do the same action. Keep those shoulder blades squeezing together on your back as you lift the arms up. Good. Now let the back of your neck grow nice and long. Take a deep breath here and really try to pull that strap apart as you open your pose. Breathing. And step out of your posture. Relax the arms down. Put the left foot back in your warrior one stance. Bend the knee over the heel. We'll do the same thing again. Nice V shape, wide arms. Pull on the strap, but retract the head of the arm bone into your shoulder as deeply as it'll go. And then lift, lift. Keeping the shoulder back as much as you can, even letting the back of the neck grow long by dropping the chin. Pull on the strap into the pose. Good. Step out of the posture. Excellent. Can you release your strap down? Go ahead, step back again with the right foot. Let's keep our legs straight this time. Open the hips slightly, so maybe you change your back foot. Hands on your hips, let's bend the knee nice and deep. And straight. Bend the knee deep. And straight. Bend the knee deep. And straight. Good. Slide the left hand down the front leg onto the shin maybe. Good. Pull your shoulder blades, wrap them onto the back. Try to feel that head of the arm bone moving back. You can put your right hand on your low back, right palm on your low back, and squeeze the shoulder blades onto your back. Inhale back up. And step out of the pose. So we've been working this way, right, to pull the shoulder blade. And now you can also work this way. So this is a wrapping action. When you turn out, the skin of the outer that draws all these muscles into the shoulder blade, right? So you draw it back, and then you also wrap. Okay, so it's both actions for this one. Let's see here. It's the left foot back, maybe a little wider so your hips can be open. And we'll go a couple times, just bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee, straighten, and slide that hand down. Left hand supports your low back. Pull the head of the arm bones back, and then think about wrapping the arms like you're turning your thumbs out, creating that wrapping sensation as you breathe here. Sinking into the bottom of the exhale. Stay mellow and relaxed. Inhale, come back up. Bend your knees, step forward. Good. Take the palms, face them forward. That's that wrapping action. Shrug your shoulders and squeeze them onto your back. You can imagine that your forehead was going to rest on a wall. And now pull the thumbs back a little bit more to feel that wrapping action. Good. Now slowly lift your arms up. Keep those shoulder blades on your back. Lift them up as high as you can lift them. Keeping that alignment cue on the shoulder blades. You might not go as high if you're honoring that toning feeling. Good. Relax it back down. Let's slide our hands down our legs. Place the hands on the floor. Downward facing dog pose. Come down to kneeling. Inhale. Keep the hands in front of the shoulders and do that action again where the arm bones sink into the shoulder blades so the rib cage drops low, but open the throat, almost like you're going to howl at the moon. Hands in front of the shoulders, way in front. Walk your hands forward, everybody. You're going to get more opening that way. Keep breathing here. Good. Now keep that. Bend your elbows wide a little bit so to lower your chest to the floor, nice and slow. See if you can lower your chest in between your thumbs, resting your chest on the ground. Throat is open. Exhale, slide it up, cobra pose, and push back. Now, if you couldn't get down to the ground, keep your hands in front. From the side, you can see how far in front my hands are. My hands are up. My arms at like a 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle. Okay, tuck the toes, sink those shoulder blades back. You drop the rib cage down, opening the throat, good. And then bend the elbows out. Try to aim your chest in between your thumbs. You got to push down with your hands, down with, and squeeze the hands in, touching down. The tush will be in the sky a little bit still. And then inhale, cobra pose up. Exhale back. One more round like that. Nice long angle. Hands out in front. Melt, melt, melt. Good. Even further back, Kathy. Then elbows go wide. And you're aiming your chest for in between your thumbs if possible. And let your toes come into the air. Dropping the chest down. And then cobra pose. Good. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, downward facing dog posture. Walk the feet a little forward, walk the hands a little back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Go ahead, step your left foot nice and forward, right foot steps back. A little more open this time, even more open than last time. Bend your knee. Straighten the leg. Bend your knee. Straighten the leg. One more time, bend the knee, and this time perch your elbow on that knee. Drop your right hand down if you're going to shake hands, and slowly reach that hand out and up. Side angle pose. Breathe and connect to the bottom of the exhale. Good. Drop the right hand down to the floor. Spin and open your left arm up to the sky. Draw those shoulder blades onto your back. Try to feel them move onto the shoulder blades, move onto the back. Bring that rib cage away from them. You can walk that left foot, the front foot halfway back. Side plank version. Squeezing the shoulder blades onto the back today. Now push. Push the ground down. Reach up. Downward facing dog. Good job. Walk the feet a little forward. Walk the hands a little back. Inhale, come up. Hands to your heart. Let's switch sides here. Step your right foot way forward, left foot back. Bend the knee. Complete the exhale and straighten. Bend the knee. Complete the exhale and straighten. Last one. Bend the knee. Perch it. Drop your left hand down. Shake hands. Reach it forward. Side angle pose. Complete the exhale. Good. Place that left hand down. Twist the body open. We're going to work on dropping your chest and pushing the chest forward to open those shoulder blades, or open the chest to get the shoulder blades on the back. Walking the right foot back some if you'd like. Squeeze those shoulder blades onto your back. And then push out from that place of strength. Getting taller in your wingspan, longer in the wingspan. Good. Hand on the mat, downward facing dog. Down to kneeling. Up your chest and open the throat. Let's go ahead and lie on the belly. Turn your head to one side and rest a little. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back. Inhale, look up. Chest up, cobra pose, making a shelf. Shoulder. And let's lower down, turn our head the other direction. Squeeze the shoulder blade onto the back. Inhale, keep that shelf as you lift up. And then push back, child's pose. Walk the hands back and push into a squat. And then rise up, standing posture. Good. Step the left foot forward, right foot back. Try to square the hips this time. Sorry. If you have a strap, find a strap. You're going to hold the strap so your knuckles are behind you, fingernails point forward. This will allow you to squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back, and you can rotate the thumbs back as well. So you're getting that wrapping sensation. Knuckles point forward, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back, wrap the knuckles, make your left leg straight. That's the front leg, left leg straight. And then you're going to pull back and send your heart forward. Send your chin forward as far as you'd like to go. Keep that drawing, that squeezing of muscle. Breathe here. Don't let those shoulders disconnect. Keep them connected to each other today. Shoulder blade should be way back, not rounding forward in any way. Inhale, come up. Good, relax that. And then slide the hands down the leg. Now you can dip your head. Now you can round your shoulders as a counter pose. It's like it's the same legs, but one, the back was really arched and toned, and now the back is sort of rounding and opening, countering. Inhale and coming back up. Let's change sides. The left leg is back now. Hold that strap behind you. You want the knuckles to point back, the fingers to point forward, fingernails to point forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades first, making a shelf of muscle, then sort of just a little bit of rotation, wrapping the outer arm towards the spine. Good, legs straight. Now pull back, keep the muscles toned, pull back as you reach your chin and chest forward. Breathe here, don't go overdo it. Just want to keep your back toned, arms engaged the whole time. Bottom of the exhale. That's where you find yourself. Inhale back up. Release the strap and slide the hands down the leg. It's a counter pose. You're letting the upper back become like a hood almost. Head becomes like a bowling ball. Releasing any overtoning if we get any. Inhale, come back up. Good. Couple balancing postures. So you'll go and you'll put your left hand on a wall. You're going to use the wall. Bring the left foot up into the thigh for tree pose. If you're using the wall, you're going to put that left hand on the wall. You're going to slide the hands forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the shoulder action today. You're going to slide the hands forward into the front plane a little bit. They're out in a V. And then you're going to do that action again where you tone and squeeze your shoulder blades. Once you've got the shoulder blades toned, hugging together, now pull back with the pinky edge of your hand to open your chest, but keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Opening the front of the heart. Pulling back. And now, last bit of the action is to reach the fingertips away from each other, making your wingspan longer. You have to keep all those muscular actions working to get the benefit. And relax back down. Good. With the weight in the left foot, let's bring up the right foot into tree pose. Now maybe your right hand will be on the wall, and we'll bring the hands in front on the diagonal to start. The hands slightly in front, we pull the shoulder blades onto the back. Keeping the shoulder blades toning on the back, you sort of take the pinky edge back, maybe in line with the shoulders, maybe even a little behind that, keeping that tone of the shoulder blade. If you've kept that, now you've stretched open the chest a little bit. Now you grow your wingspan out, maybe an inch in each direction. Very good. And release down. Great long hold. Let's do eagle leg. So let's hook the left leg on top of the right, stacking the knees. Maybe that foot gets behind it. Maybe it actually just touches a block or the floor, or it just kind of floats there. And you're squeezing your knees across each other as you bend your standing leg. Inhale back up. Stack the right knee on top. And squeeze the knees across each other as you bend the standing leg. Let's come back up. Let's add the arms. So you're going to take the left knee on top as the left elbow comes under. Pulling the elbows past each other as you pull the knees past each other as we sink down into our eagle. Elbows go past, try to go past each other, knees try to go past each other. You sit down and down. Around the back today, don't even bother with the back today, just sit down. Good, coming back up. Other side, so the right knee will go on top, and the right elbow will come under. But feel those elbows go past each other as the knees try to go past each other. Sink into the pose. Sink into the bottom of the exhale. It's my tougher side. Open back up. Very good. Take the feet as wide as your yoga mat. Cover the edges with the outer edges of your feet. Your forehead get a little heavy, so you're looking basically down at the ground. Rest your hands on the front of your thighs. On the exhales, empty your breath and draw your belly muscles in. Do that a couple times. On the exhale, empty your breath and draw the belly muscles in without straining. The back body feels full. But on the next one, slide the hands down the legs. Pause here, same practice. Belly muscles towards the low back as you empty your breath. Let your forehead grow heavier. One more time. Good. Put weight in your heels and press straight down through your heels to roll up. Let's practice that again. Look straight down like your forehead was a bowling ball. Concentrate on emptying your exhale. And as you do so, let the belly muscles draw back, filling in the low back, not rounding it, just filling it in. 2 more times. Fingertips or hands, palm on the thighs. On the next exhale, as you're exhaling, slide the hands down the legs. Empty your exhale. 2 breaths like this. Press down through the heel and roll up as you inhale. Good. Turn the heels in and squat down. With the hands in front, come back to your tabletop shape. Bring your left knee forward to the midline. And take the foot slightly across. So we've got a very narrow pigeon. The knees are almost directly in a line. And walk the back knee back. Narrow pigeon pose. Keeping the hands down, melt the heart so the shoulders draw back. Gotta keep your belly muscles toned so we're not arching our back. Complete your exhales. Let the back of the neck grow long. Drop any lower into the pose that you'd like, maybe rounding the back slightly and resting your belly on your thigh. Let's walk it back up. Then go back to tabletop. Go ahead, bring the right knee forward to the midline. Take the foot slightly across. And then walk the left knee back, basically in a straight line with the front knee. The hands slightly on in front. We can practice that same cue where we melt the rib cage so the arm bones move into the shoulder socket more deeply. This should open up the hip, back of the hip a little more. If you want to go more deep into the pose, maybe come onto your elbows or forearms. Lean onto your right hip and swing your back leg all the way around to the front. Let the feet kind of face each other so the knees fall open. Just hang here a moment, let the upper back, mid back kind of get a little bit open here, keeping the chest soft, forehead heavy. Soften the breath. You can really pay attention to the end of the exhale, letting the belly muscles move toward the back body with each breath. Keep practicing this breathing, this down tempo breathing, extending the exhale, finding that quiet pause when there's no breath left before inhaling again. But stretch the legs out. Keep just sort of hanging like a rag doll. Good. Inhale, come back up. Let's lie on our backs. You can bring the knees or the thighs towards the belly. Maybe holding on behind the knee, under the knee. Let the knees fall open. So the elbows maybe come to the floor. Try to keep your shoulders and your low back down on the ground. And empty your breath. Good. Bring the knees back up. Pull just the left leg in, holding behind the knee. And then move that knee, almost aim for your right shoulder. Giving the belly a little bit of massage here. And then aim wide for the left shoulder with the left knee. One more time, pull it across a little bit so it goes towards the right shoulder, keeping the whole back down. And then reach with your right hand and hold your outer left ankle. Pull that ankle down towards the opposite hip, so it's like a pigeon stretch a little bit. And then release that leg so the foot's on the floor. Go ahead, take the right knee up, hold behind the knee as you pull it in, and maybe aim towards the left shoulder with the knee. Aim towards the right shoulder with the right knee. Keep your back into the mat, relax the belly. One more time, go for the left shoulder. The right. With the left hand, hold the outer right ankle as you pull it in towards the hip. And release that foot back to the floor. Let the feet fall towards each other as the knees fall away from each other. You can rest your hands on your chest or on your belly. Take a deep breath in. And then follow the exhale all the way down till it's quiet. Another couple like that. Deep breath in. And follow the exhale all the way down until it's quiet. Interlock the fingers and place the hands behind the head or a little bit wider is fine too. Turn your skull in the pocket of your hand and stare out to the right, opening up the neck. Keep practicing the breathing. As you're gazing out to your right, take your right knee up and drop it over to the left so you've created a twist. Open it back up. Turn your gaze all the way to your left. Rest here in a calm breath. Then take the left knee up and all the way into a twist. Open it back up. Come back to center. You can bring your feet to the floor, knees to the air. Let's do a couple bridge poses just to straighten and align the spine. Press down. Reach your fingertips towards your feet. Reach your fingertips towards your feet to keep the shoulder blades moving away from the ears as you send your hips up. Breathe and exist in the pose. Letting it neutralize the spine. And press the spine back down to the floor. One more time, press down, lift up through the spine, up through the hips. And then press the spine back down into the floor. Go ahead and stretch out your arms and your legs. Give your body plenty of space. Just one or two more rounds, really trying to connect with the bottom of the exhale. Looking for this deep sense of quiet, where there's no inhale, there's no exhale, there's no thought, there's really nothing. There's just this empty quiet. Don't prolong it, don't linger, just notice when it's there. And then enter Shavasana. Stretch your body. And then roll to your side and take a seat. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.